It's Friday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Obiajilo Olabisi Ugbo, and as usual, I have the amazing ladies in the house. Amaka Fresh!
The freshest fresh.
Amaka Orakwil.
Yes, baby girl. How are you? Beautiful ladies.
Beautiful.
As always.
Thank you.
Thank you. So
What's up?
I attended a boxing event. I was a speaker and on the panel of the boxing event.
I was afraid initially.
Recently, yes, and they had to do with the business of boxing. You know, it's so funny how we're passionate about a whole lot of things, about sports, but we don't understand the business. Yeah, the business of it. And the legal aspect of it. You know, for we legal and business consultants, we have to get into this thing. So, yeah. It was really a nice one. I met some amazing people, and they're trying to say within the industry that people should invest more into sports, into the boxers, their training to entertainment, and you know it's huge.
Well
it's
done.
A huge sector.
When I heard bosses,
She's
training to box people.
I don't have energy. She's in the money area. How are you, Ramatu?
I'm doing well. It's been a long week, but finally we've been able to put a lot of things together. So now we'll just be moving on, you know, autopilot and everything. There's this my friend. She hosts events. Memes events. So what she does is anytime she decorates, it's so magical. You just be wondering, so well and everything. So she has this masterclass coming up. She wants to teach all these the Northerners, especially it's happening in Kaduna. Wants to teach the Northerners how to plan an event and how to decorate place and all of that. And this is a wonderful opportunity. I'm urging all the people in Kaduna. If you're in Kaduna and you want to be part of this wonderful opportunity, please get in touch with her as soon as possible. At Memes events and decorations.
Your face beats today, though.
I was going to
like,
say
is this Ramatu?
Yes.
Is this our Ramatu?
Who did your makeup?
Ada.
No. Anytime Ada does my makeup, she's good.
I'm feeling it on your behalf.
She's shouting out Ada.
Yeah. That is amazing.
Good in your job.
Yeah, you are good in your job.
You are good. You
Top
TMO Speaks.
Yes, so.
Rep 360.
What's
going
Rep
on?
360. I saw that. When I saw that, I said that it finally landed.
Oh my goodness.
What's up?
So yeah.
Please, I love your hair. I watched you yesterday. I'm like, I was proud.
This is my first. It should be my first hair from here.
Yes, it was your first hair.
Yes, and it's been years. And every time I bring it out, it was
over
still
4
red.
years, guys.
I didn't even coil it. I didn't coil it yesterday.
Over 4 years, guys. Yeah. Give me my flowers.
Yes, I give you. I you know now. You know. You can be your.
So what's up? What's up?
I'm good. It's been a very busy week from birthday to burials. Yesterday was wakekeeping of Mrs. Fumilayo Adenubi, who's my aunt. And so I was there, family members and all of that. And tomorrow we're going to Ijebu. We're going to Ijebu Ife for the burial. And so today I'm also having a hangout with realtors. So if you are a realtor and you are anywhere around the mainland, or you're someone who wants to become a realtor, realtors are those that sell real estate properties, and you want to understand how to go about it, just come to the office today. It's free. We'll have refreshments. Show up in the office before 3 p.m. today, and we would have an interesting time. I've been working on my 1 hour, because I'm going to speak for 1 hour between 3:30 and 4:30, then disappear because another birthday, 50th birthday party today. So like this week is packed for me. Like
loaded for you.
Yeah, I need rest.
Amazing.
But I know you have been on sets.
Yes, I've been on.
How is our lady mechanic?
Yeah, it's going well. I'm so intrigued.
So beautiful on you.
Yeah, my overall.
And she don't post
Somebody said if you are a lady mechanic for real, all of us will bring our cars. So it's been fun working on sets with those amazing, fantastic actors. I'm really feeling myself. It's one of my elements. I have several elements. But when I'm on set, I've been getting home close to midnight every day. And the next day, I'm up, I'm pumping, I'm ready because I enjoy it.
Nice. Nice.
More scripts, please. From directors out there. It's Friday again, Mama Jiro. Another fresh episode drops on YouTube, Bisuch TV. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, I don't know what you are doing, though. But we'll take a short break now. When we come back, we'll move on to the newspaper reviews. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back. Starting the newspaper reviews with The Nation. We have the picture here, very bold, that covers almost everything. Bariga Local Council projects commissioning. And here we have the picture of the president, the governor of Lagos State, Honorable Alabi Kolade David, I think is the chairman of the Bariga Local Council. So maybe when we look inside, we'll see what they are doing. They say they have 21 roads, 5 primary healthcare centers, 3 newly built primary schools, and 1 fire station in that local council secretariat. Congratulations to them. Yeah. Then APC will receive more governors, coalition members. And I think many of the stories are inside the paper. So what do we have in The Nation? Okay.
So Natasha blocked released at Abuja Airport. So officials of the Nigeria Immigration Service yesterday detained and battled Kogi Central Senator Natasha Uduaghan briefly at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja. So they said briefly, that means, you know, they let her go. The suspended lawmaker was trying to board the flight to the United Kingdom when the NIS officials stopped her briefly. She was reportedly stopped and was told that she couldn't travel because her name has been placed on the watch list, allegedly at the request of the leadership of the National Assembly. Yeah, a source said the senator was traveling with her husband to attend the graduation ceremony of her stepson, and when this happened at the departure terminal, yeah, and that she was told that it was by the leader of the National Assembly. We'll wait to see what else is going to come out of this whole thing. But though we've heard that the National Assembly has, they're going on recess till September.
They're going on vacation.
They're going on vacation. There's recess till September. That means, and she was supposed to resume in September if the court hadn't given the judgment, right? So, you know, at the end of the day, whichever way, let's see how this whole thing plays out.
So she can't go for even personal stuff.
It's been really messy, but you know, we can't wait for this to be over.
Yeah.
Okay, any other story?
Okay, so I have the story from the FCC PC. They said the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, they were accompanied by armed police and reporters yesterday, faced resistance from traders at the Daleko market in Mushin, Lagos. They said the team had aimed to crack down on traders rebagging rice. You know, they said that these people, they are no more in Royal Stallion and Cap Rice, that they are no more in Nigeria. So they
still have their bags.
Yes, that's what people are doing, is they put the local rice, rebag it and sell it. So they were able to get to them, and they said that that there was a bit of resistance, but the FCCPC were able to seal up some shops that were involved in this reproduction. Earlier on last week, that they were able to seal up some shops in Abuja, but now they are saying that the public, they are warning consumers to avoid purchasing these products as they are either expired or deceptively rebagged local rice sold at exorbitant prices. And they are saying that they will keep that. That's Mrs. Aboluwade. She's emphasized that the Commission's commitment to protecting consumer rights, adding FCCP will continue to perform its duties, ensuring compliance with consumer protection laws. So let's see how this goes. And we hope that they will just stop this rebagging, because it's really not nice at all.
So I have a story here. They said to celebrate the World in True Fertilization, that's the IVF Day, and its 25th anniversary, Bridge Clinic has said that 3 couples will receive free treatment to enable them to achieve their dream of being parents. I just remember talking about that's I should take this story. The hospital made this known in a statement by its head of brand and marketing communications, Susan Ojofo Idris, and we went ahead to highlight the plans for their anniversary. And according to the clinic, they said each of the couples would be selected from its Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt offices during a special welcome forum that will be scheduled for 10 a.m. tomorrow. And then they would, talk about the 3 states. There will be educational insights, inspiring parents, testimonial, live question and answers. Before the lucky couples will not get the opportunity to be taken in for the IVF. I think this is a good one. Yes. How's yours going? It's going well.
Yes,
too.
So we're just praying for the best. So the first 10 have started their treatment, and usually it is until after a while that you know if it is successful. So we can't show their faces while they are doing the treatment. So we're hoping that a year from now we'll have babies to say, okay, this is the result of what we did. But I want to celebrate the Bariga Local Council area, Honorable Alabi Kolade David, who is inaugurating several projects today. He's invited the president as a special guest, as well as the governor of Lagos State. They have 21 roads to inaugurate, 5 primary health centers, 3 newly built primary schools, and 1 fire station in the Bariga local council area of Lagos State. They said the event will start about 10, so that means in between the show, the event is going to be starting. But I think that the closest infrastructure development that can come to any area, all those inner cities, if your street is not good, it is not governor, it is usually your local councillor. And so it's important to have a relationship. When you hear this story so that you know other councillors are working. If your own is not working, go and knock on the door, go there, because you have access to them. They're the closest to you, and find out why those roads are not fixed so that you bring it to their awareness.
Yeah. Let's move on now to the Punch. A major headline: APC, PDP set stage for epic 2027 face-off. States slashing power tariffs must pay subsidy, according to NEC. 14 villagers, policeman killed in Plateau attacks. Natasha to serve out suspension as Senate enters recess. Nigeria harbors over 200 million illegal arms, according to the CDS. APC power chess, Yiwada pick Brighton Shetima Northeast 2027 chances. Fake customs officer arraigned after scamming victims of 34 million naira. Makinde unveils new Oyo tourist hub master plan. Let's take a story and do a short break. Who's ready to go?
Okay, so they said the fake customs officer was arraigned for over this thing. A 59-year-old woman still scamming people at that age. They said she was arraigned before the Ibosere Magistrate Court at Tinubu, Lagos Island for impersonating a Nigerian customs officer and obtained over 34 million under pretense that, she's helping them to clear it. So now she's facing a 4-count charge bordering on conspiracy, obtaining by false pretense, stealing, impersonation, and conduct likely to cause a breach of peace. So they said that the defender fraudulently obtained the sum of 13 million from Mr. Damilari Sadiq, and then that she went under the guise of supplying him bags of rice and groundnut oil. Then they even listed some other people that she collected money from. There is Musa, his own is 5 million. There's Joshua, 2.6, thereabout, and all of that. But then they said that she has been posing as a Nigerian customs officer, like I said earlier, and she always gives them an ID card. She'll show them an ID card saying that she works with them.
Of the highest level.
Yeah. So they said that she pleaded not guilty as usual, but they granted the defender bail in the sum of 2.5 million with 2 shorties in sum, and then they said that she has deposited 500,000 so far. They're expecting the remaining bail conditions to happen.
All right, let's take a breather here. When we come back, the newspaper reviews continue. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Imagine a country with over 300 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo? Where we get a common language, where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self, and every person where they for street. That's why we introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban Pidgin radio station where they unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show, Waiting Day, with your brother, your friend, Wale Po.
Everywhere.
Oh, Papa.
For this
This is not Cruise Express.
And this will be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Oh.
Now we be what's up, Naija crew. Now we they give you wetin dey sup for inside we country.
Yes, so
keep it loud.
If God be your papa, why you not gonna make Yanga?
Bound to a holla.
Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, you right here.
Nobody better than we, right?
Okay, now whispers be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Breaking news isn't just about speed, but more importantly, about fact and accuracy. It is responsible journalism, being ahead, unbiased, sensitive, in telling the stories that people would want to hear in a way that protects their sanity and for the public good. And it goes beyond breaking the news to actually following up, exploring all the angles, engaging newsmakers, tracking impact, all geared towards informing, educating, and setting agenda for the people. Breaking news is holistic, entire, complete. It's about you, me, and the world we live in. Breaking news is at the core of what we do at TVC News, and it's the honor of my life to serve you this news, fresh off the press.
TVC News, first with breaking news.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call a permanent solution.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crimes of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. I'm Adedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
I'm Nifemi Oguntoye, news anchor with TVC News. My day is usually busy and it's difficult keeping up with breaking news stories, trending stories, business news, stock exchange and what have you. But with TVC News on WhatsApp, I'm able to catch up with all the breaking news, real-time updates and trending stories on the go. Right.
Okay. Welcome back. We're still reviewing the papers. Who's ready
so
to
at
go?
least 14 villagers and a mobile police officer were killed on Thursday in 2 separate attacks carried out by gunmen in the Bokos local government area of Plateau State. It's very sad. It was gathered that one of the attacks took place around 4 p.m. as the victims, mostly from the Shirang community, were returning from the Bokos market. The chairman of Community Peace Observers in Bokos has confirmed, he confirmed this on Thursday, that this had happened in Jos, and that there was an attack around 4, that the 14 people were natively ambushed and killed by suspected terrorists, and 3 others were injured on their way. And that further, another security personnel who was on duty earlier that day was also killed. This is really sad. Too many killed. The way they're taking human lives as if it means nothing. So yeah, this is really unfortunate. Chickens. Our hearts are bleeding because early this morning again, on the 24th, another person was killed.
Oh, wow.
What's happening in this Plateau State?
I don't know.
God help you.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Government really has to intervene.
I have a story. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, raised the alarm over Nigeria's growing vulnerability to global insecurity, revealing that the country harbors 40% of the over 500 million illegal small arm and light weapons circulating in West Africa. So speaking in Ibadan, your state, on Thursday during a lecture titled Global Fragility and Security Management in Nigeria, the CDS warned that these arms, smuggled largely from conflict zones in the Sahel and North Africa, had fueled terrorism, banditry and ethnic violence, particularly in the northern regions. General Musa delivered the address at the second Distinguished Personality Lecture organized by the Tetfund Center for Excellence in Security Management at the University of Ibadan's the Tranchard Hall, where he stressed that Nigeria's security challenges were now intertwined with global fragility trends. He says over 500 million illicit small arms and light weapons are circulating in West Africa, and an estimated 40% of these weapons end up in Nigeria. He said these weapons, often smuggled from conflict zones in the Sahel and North Africa, have empowered terrorists, bandits and ethnic militias, escalating violence in Nigeria's northern region. And he said Nigeria must, as a matter of urgency, improve its security strategies in the face of increasing global fragility. So they know that these guns are coming in. What are we doing to stop them from getting in? Who are those people that, are in charge of passing it across? So let's move on now to Davis.
I have a story. Yes, electricity. We were all excited when Enugu, the state, said that they were going to be slashing electricity tariff within their states. But then, I don't know what is fighting back. So but now NERC is saying that any state that slashes power tariff must pay subsidy. they must pay the difference of what they have slashed. They said the NEC is Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission, and they said that the governments, state governments, do not have jurisdiction over national grid and over electric power stations established under federal law and operating under license that the federal law issued. They found the loophole because you know that after they took electricity off the concurrent into the concurrent list, the states now have rights over electricity. Why they're not saying this is the price? Initially. But they're saying you cannot have your right, even though you're a state, your right cannot come on the facilities that were created by federal government. I'm sure they'll go to court and go and fight the case. But the commissioner said that in his reaction to what Enugu said, they made a notice on Thursday that will be released on Thursday that any governor that says they would be doing slashing the price will be paying the subsidy, that the companies have warned that states don't have absolute power to determine tariffs unless they start generating and transmitting electricity by themselves.
They should give people lights. That's the most important thing.
Interesting. I thought they wanted to take the subsidy from the one the federal government is already giving. That was what they mentioned initially. But let's move on. Daily Sun now. 2027, PDP will give APC fight of his life. Bala Mohammed. Party not losing sleep over coalition. Damagun. 2027 Dawn deal, says Iwata, new APC chair. Tinubu charges APC governors to join forces against country's woes. All sectors slow down, put 2025 budget at risk. European Union editors team up to fight fake news and disinformation as Envoy declares workshop open today. Sisla cries out over alleged corruption in judiciary, calls for reform and accountability. And LPPC approves 57 for SAN rank. What do we have in the Sun?
So the Legal Practitioners Privileges Committee, the LPPC, has elevated the secretary and the secretary to national state government and 57 other people, 55 other people, yes. 56 other people to the to the senior advocates rank. So yes, 56 of them are. They comprises of 56 advocates and 1 academia. So the rank of Senior Advocate of Nigeria is conferred as a mark of professional excellence upon legal practitioners who have demonstrated exceptional distinction, either as advocates in the court or as academics, contributing significantly to the development of the legal scholarship. So during the plenary session, the 169th plenary session, the committee also considered 3 petitions submitted against certain applicants, but then that was reviewed and waived and found to be lacking in merit and accordingly dismissed. But then they've been warned, the conferees have been warned in line with paragraph 25(1) of the Legal Practitioners Privileges Guidelines and the provisions of Rule 393 of the Rules of Professional Conduct 2023. So I wish them good luck. Congratulations to all of them, to the conferees. That's a good one.
So I have a story here. The United Nations World Food Programme, WFP, will be forced to suspend all emergency food and nutrition aid for 1.3 million people in Northeast at the end of July. They said this is due to critical funding shortfalls which come at a time in escalating violence and record levels of hunger. The WFP's food and nutrition stocks have been completely exhausted. They said, on Wednesday, said that their last supply left warehouses in early July and they were able to send out food to those people. But after that distribution is completed, they don't have any more food. It says, without immediate funding, millions of vulnerable people will face impossible choices, endure increasingly severe hunger, migrate, or possibly risk exploitation by extremist group in the region. It said nearly 31 people in Nigeria are now facing acute hunger, and it's just scary. I don't know who is going to come to their aid, see how they can pull more funds so that they are able to still support the vulnerable people and those in the IDPs. Any other story?
Yes, there's a commendable partnership that is ongoing, or well, it's been flagged off. This commendable partnership is between NDLEA and NATO. NATO being the Nigerian Association of Road Transport Owners. They've pledged to work with NDLEA, that's the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, to address transportation. So they're collaborating in this war against drug trafficking. They said that the NATO component would be to help in ensuring investigation of trucks and drivers that are using their vehicles to move drugs around the country. They also said that the partnership would curb the uses of trucks and passenger vehicles to traffic illicit drugs. Of course, they will commend, we all have been commending General Marwa on the effective moves that is done within the NDLEA. However, NATO said they are acutely aware of the burden they carry, that their trucks and passengers have they transverse everywhere around the country, and they can serve as major artery for commerce, but they are now willing to partner so that if there's need for any form of investigation, the NATO would be collaborating with NDLEA. It sounds good on paper, and if every driver of any truck in Nigeria is officially registered to NATO, even if you start holding them accountable, so if you see a truck and you ask for their NATO license, if they don't have it, you know that, okay, I can't use kind of truck, and everybody must, they enforce that's registration. It will be easy to track than before.
A final paper for today. Vanguard, let's just look at a story we haven't taken. Court orders police to pay NSAS protesters 10 million over rights violation. Who has that? Okay. There's another one. INEC vetting 144 applications for registration as parties. Who has that? Let's go with it.
Okay. So the Federal High Court sitting in Lagos has ordered the Inspector General of Police and the Lagos State Commissioner of Police to pay 10 million naira in damages to some NSAS protesters for the violation of their fundamental human rights. The trial judge, Justice Musa Kakaki, in his judgment, held that the applicants and protesters were unjustly harassed and their constitutional rights were infringed upon while participating in the 4th Memorial Rally held on October 20, 2024. So at least there's justice that's been served, and I hope they are compensated swiftly.
Okay.
So I have a story. This is a story that concerns my region. That's the northern part. There was a time Kwankwaso was going on. He was going back to Kano. That was sometime last week, and then on his way going. Okay, so he was supposed to go by air. So he now decided to go by road. He said the road from Abuja to Kano is terrible. You see the road is very bad and all of that, and he's now saying that the north has been marginalized and saying that money has been diverted to the south and everything. Yes, no comments. But this is what has happened. The road is terrible. I know a lot of accidents that have happened on that road.
The federal road?
Yes, the federal road from Abuja to Kano. I know in fact, there was two families, cousins, about 4 of them that died. There was a very serious accident that happened on that road and everything. So please let the government look into it.
Okay, thank you so much, ladies. That's all we can take on the newspaper reviews. When we come back, we'll move on to the topics for today. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Barkamu da warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of Your View are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
The TVC News at 7 and the TVC News at 10 are not like any other news broadcast.
It's the big news hour, the hour for the big breaking stories.
We've got some of the best reporters on the field,
taking you through as it happens.
It's fast-paced, hot-hitting,
with investigations that matter.
bringing the news that affects your life.
With sport, entertainment, and business news, so you don't miss a thing.
Experience resourceful coverage with depth.
Effort.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Thanks for staying with us. So Jigawa State is taking a significant step to combat sickle cell disease by making genotype testing mandatory for all couples planning to get married. According to Hamisu Mohammed Gumel, Chief Press Secretary to the governor, this decision was made by the State Executive Council. The new law requires prospective couples to undergo genotype testing and present their medical reports before obtaining marriage clearance from religious, traditional, or civil authorities. The proposal was put forth by the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, highlighting the state's commitment to improving the well-being of its citizens. What are your thoughts on this? Is this not an infringement to personal freedom? Will this not lead to stigmatization of residents? But you can join the conversation and call us. I'm trying to see the numbers. 0902-416-3440 or tweet us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. So when I saw this, I was like, it's about time. And I have my reasons because I have seen, I have experienced, I have witnessed, I have been around these sort of conversations. And I've always been of the idea that sometimes some people need to be helped to do the right things for their own sake. But let me come to the ladies. What are your thoughts on this?
I'm of the opinion. I'm of the opinion that government's job is to help. You know, the government carries the responsibility of people's irresponsibilities. So the government must be responsible for the people and create the standard of this is what my people should live like. So there are things people do, they can say it's infringement on privacy. I don't see that as an infringement. I see this as protecting the public interest because your child will become a burden for and a responsibility for my society. So I would ensure that you are properly matched in a way that does not become a responsibility for us. And I think this is a state thinking based on the data they have. Probably they are looking at it that this ignorance or lack of laws have led us to have so many people that are needing, that are living with sickle cell, and it is preventable. There are many things in this world you cannot prevent. Sickle cell is not one of them. You can actually prevent it just by not marrying someone that is also AS. So I feel it is a right move. I know that I know someone that is a specialist. She's a sickle cell. She has like, you know the way you have OBGYN, and then you have those that are specialized in different areas, gynecology and all of that. I just repeated the same thing. But she's specialized in people that have sickle cell. And she talks about, she said she was always grateful for BRF because they created a specific unit for sickle cell people in Lassuth Hospital in Ikeja, that you can't even put them in the same, because their immunity is low. You have to keep them in a place isolated. There are many things they require, and this is preventable. So if the governor is coming out to say that, I'm not stopping you from getting married, just don't marry somebody that would also compromise the health of that person, very important. Other countries have put embargo on sugar. Other countries put tax on sugar. Other countries make different rules for their country and their community. I think this is a good move. Thumbs up.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me come to Ramati.
Yeah. So when I saw the news, I was very happy. I even wanted to even add another one to it. That is the number of children you can have. Because those are one of the issues that we have in the north. So I'm very happy that he talked about this genotype stuff, because there are a lot of people who are, you know, in this sickle cell thing. And when I was growing up, I know of you know, some of our friends that had this sickle cell they had this sickle cell issue, There was one time, you know, when they start their crisis, if you see the pain they are in, you understand. So if they are able to make sure that this happens, it's going to go a long way and to stop a lot of people from, you know, having these kids, at least so that there won't be too many people going through it. Number one of the issues that you have is once you have the sickle cell, it drains the couple mentally, financially, physically, everything, yeah. And you know, once this thing starts up, have you noticed those people with these sicklers, they are so loved and they are so smart, intelligent. They do very well in school. I know of one of my mom's friend, her son, he had this sickle cell, promising child, you know, and there's this myth that they said that if you pass a certain age, you have crossed it. Again. He passed the 21, we're now like, this guy is, finally. He was a medical doctor, doing very well and everything. Later, last, she still lost him. Oh, God. And up till today, she has not gotten herself. So if the government can regulate things like this from now, it will really go a long way and to help a lot of people so that we can avoid these kind of things from happening. So, yeah.
Amaka, what are your thoughts? So for me, I'm going to sit on the fence on this one, in the sense that I understand the importance of creating awareness for the prevention of sickle cell, for couples not to get into it, right? For them to make better choices. But the government can't just dish out policies without creating the proper structures in place on how that can be done or how those policies can properly be effected. Why am I saying this? Number one, the government, have they provided the facilities, the medical facilities, the hospitals, first of all, to even for people to go to when they have something as simple as malaria, headache, typhoid. No, let's be realistic first. Before delving into this one, have you created the facilities? Then you've done this one now that you're making something mandatory. You also create the medical facilities, the healthcare centers in all these villages in your states to ensure that this is properly carried out. Then have you also now created a loophole where religious leaders or maybe whoever it is, the civil service that is going to that is in charge of a marriage registry, that they don't now extort people or now people now start bribing them or whatever to get their way, to give them so let's be it's easy to just trot policies and just come up and what structures have been put in place before this policy. It sounds good in the ear. And then it's also important to realize that these are people's fundamental right to love whoever they want to love. So when you're pushing out this kind of policy, it's important to also give them the power of choice and options. In the sense that now, this is 2025. Okay. We live in an age where if you're AS and you're AS and you both marry yourselves, you don't have to have a sickle cell child. Okay. So the government should also in making this thing mandatory, also come up with a training section within their medical facilities where they tell people the options that they have. Where they train people on if they can afford it. If they can afford it. Good. And stuff and put it out there and don't just come and push out stuff and make something mandatory. What are your structures that are in place? Okay, so we have all spoken from, you know, I like the angle that you came with. That is also for the government to see some of the loopholes and see where they can, you know, position and structure properly. But, you know, this selection of sex is for people that have money. Exactly. And this state is Jigawa State. What's their earning capital, you know, in that state? What sort of what sort of revenue do they have in the state? How are the people faring in terms of standard of living? Wait, first of all, standard of living to now say we want to start selecting. But that's also where the government can still step in and say, okay, let's find a way to block some of these loopholes while we do this. So personally, I've been waiting for something like this. And it's not just for Jigawa State. I wish it will go around because I've seen experiences. I've start somewhere. In fact, I had an auntie. I still have, she's alive by God's grace, an auntie who has lost 2 children because it was love. I remember when she was trying to get married, I was just getting into the university at the time, and they now found out at that point, before the marriage, that two of them were both ASAS. And she was crying. She was crying. She called everybody. No, we cannot, because the guy wanted to break up. She said, no, we cannot break up. I am in love. I was in school, young girl. They called me to come and put me out inside relationship that time, that no breakup must happen and all of that. And people were like, hey, don't worry, God will do it. Just believe, you have faith. Our faith is strong and everything. Last, they got married. A few years after they had their child, they lost one.
When the other boy was 16, that one happened most recently. Very, like you said, very brilliant boy. High flyer.
Smart.
They lost him. She was so broken. And I was saying, hey, I wish she saw ahead of time that this was going to happen. She would have just preferred to have left the relationship, you know, for her mental health, for the fact that she brings children. Before they even get to the point of death, the pain they go through, when those children have crisis.
Oh, God.
I did not feel the pain, but from their mother's eyes, you will see the pain that they feel. Sometimes, government, like you said, takes care of our irresponsibility, and that's why they are government. So, like you Etopa rightly said, they may have checked the data to see, true, we don't have the capacity to give all of these options right now. How do we help our people? But, you know, many people will say, and Amaka pointed to it, that this is an infringement of the rights of the citizens. How do you think governments can make policies, you know, that work for the citizens without actually infringing on the citizens?
So, I think that
the citizens' rights.
I think that it is impossible for a government that wants to channel the citizens into maybe a goal, and if you set a goal, you will need to suffer a bit to achieve that goal. There's nothing worthwhile having that will not cost you something to have it. So for every time there is this ambition that, oh, we want to start this business, or we want to become the #1 in having science, we want to have the highest number of scientists in the world, we want to go to space, it will cost something. Some citizens will feel like, I don't want to study science, and then the government says everybody must study science because we want to be able to find out which of you would help us get to space. Somebody can feel like it's infringing on my, why must I do this? NYSC, somebody can say it is infringing on my pride. I don't want to go to NYSC. Why must I go to NYSC? But it is the law. Oh, anything that will bring order will bring a bit of discomfort to align with that order. And somebody can feel like that discomfort is infringing on my privacy. So if government wants to achieve their goal with a sense of humanity, yes, you would have to focus on your goal and explain the reason for the suffering people will go through. When they are fixing road, I can say, I cannot rush to where I want to go to. You are infringing on my right of movement when they block the road. But if I explain to you, why am I doing this? It's because I love it, I want to have a better life. So what government owes us is to detail the explanation of how we would enjoy the benefit of this slight discomfort in future.
Yeah. We'll take a short break here. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyingo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crimes of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amadidoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Hey, my people, I greet you plenty. My name na Chika Okeke.
My name na Uwi Balogun.
My name na Damilola Banire. My name na Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen. And this na Abigail.
And I dare on top of you, Pidgin.
I'm going to bring you bass, boost.
I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show say now my husband be this.
Now waiting you want.
After that day, the man
you go see him again.
If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody.
When you dey friend the husband, you not see sign say the guy smart, you don't vex, don't give signs.
If they look for person we go give them to you, fact as it be.
Men no dey ever get force. If baby not dey for her, na the woman.
Talk no dey be person, you make person no fit talk true inside.
But for this country, we not say if we open court in the morning, waiting no good, no good.
Me and my sisters, hey,
We got responsibility for the children. Leave the man.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still talking about the new policy in Jigawa State.
Yes, so like I want to respond to what Tobe said. Yes, the government has a right to, correct or help our irresponsibility. As I said, I'm sitting on the fence. I agree. But what policy, when you just push out policies, what structures? I'm not seeing any other thing that followed that news. Like, what else are you saying? How are you educating the masses, right? How are you, most of them even understand what AS or SS, what it even means? What structures have you put in place? What are the hospitals? What do you even have, the Jigawa State, the villages in Jigawa State, do they even have healthcare centers?
Why they should not go and do SS and be having crisis? They'll just be dying because there's no place for them to go to.
Before you start something, make sure that you've already...
There's a framework.
There's a framework for that policy to stand on.
Yeah,
if not, it will just be like you're making noise, just like any other time. Even in Jigawa State, it will just crumble.
I agree with you, Amaka, because I know that. But you see that educating them, first of all, it's better to start, with this
the policy
first,
and then educate.
Before you now start educating, because no matter how much you explain, they will not understand. Like people will look at it like, you don't want them to have kids, or you don't want them to marry the people that they like and everything, and they will tell you that it's God that will protect the child and all of that. So it's good as he's making this law stand. And when it comes to health, I think any law, if it's going to protect anybody, I think any law is fine, any policy is okay. So let's look at these two scenarios. The only thing I can say is she can add a clause to it. Like, for example, he can say, okay, if you have AS and this one has AS and you guys really want to, be together, you can decide not to have kids. That's another clause. So they can come, they will sign and say, okay, we can't have kids. You can adopt. You can adopt. You understand the hair. So I now thought of it like, okay, for example, now I have maybe an employer of labor and I have somebody working with me, and the person has a child that is a sickler. You can imagine that parents will not give me their 100%, because I know a lot of parents who have had kids that are sicklers. Man, it's draining. It's terrible. It's draining, and also you can imagine that parents will not give you 100% at your place of work. And anytime the child, and anytime the child has issues, you have to let that parent go. You won't sack the parent. You say, okay, go stay with your child. And once that crisis is on, they are in the hospital. You'll be in the hospital. You can be in the hospital for 3 weeks, a month. You are there, trying to get well and all. So if we can start this way, it's a good step.
Yeah. So I like that too, because we've always advocated here that let's not just copy and paste policies. Let's look around us. What will work here? What Ramatu just said now is understanding the people of Jigawa State to know that advocacy, they will not listen. They will not understand what you are saying. They will feel you just want to scatter things for them. It's better that you start with the policy. So as they are seeing there's, okay, this is not allowed, this is against the law, then they can now pay attention to, okay, why are you insisting that we do this? So I think the government sort of understands the people that they have. My worry is implementation, like everybody has rightly said. Are they willing to implement? We have many fantastic policies in Nigeria. Many good, you hear, so this is a law, oh, this is a law, oh, we have this, we have that. But when it comes to implementation, it's as if we just write the thing and we abandon it. Everybody just faces their corner. Have they thought out how to implement this? Have they thought out how to even at least make the testing free in hospitals? Everybody go and get your status of your genotype, you know? Have they thought out how they are going to follow through? Even those that they find guilty, what is going to happen to them? Do they have this all sorted out, or they just sat down together, okay, let's just do this and see how it goes? That's usually my fear when it comes to these policies. But I think we have practically... Okay, we have a caller on the line. Good morning, Abdul.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay, regarding today's topic, I actually lost a sister to sickle cell. And once you've been through this, you don't wish it even onto your worst enemy. Now, we cannot hold the government responsible for everything that happens. Nigerians also have to take responsibility. So kudos to Jigawa State Governor for making this statement and following this thing through. We have to start from somewhere. You understand? Now, I know in the north there's a lot of awareness about sickle cell. Unfortunately, we have a lot of uneducated people in Nigeria. What the government can do, as one of your panel ladies said, the lady wearing black, I can't remember her name, is to bring awareness regarding this thing. This is a black man's disease. It doesn't affect anybody else. And the government are doing the right thing, especially the state government are doing the right thing for bringing awareness to this. From Jigawa, the government, federal government can look at this from Jigawa, see how they can implement this nationwide.
Okay.
But nevertheless, education is key. We have fantastic doctors and nurses that knows about this thing. And especially in the north, in Jigawa, where I know the state very well, the state governor is doing the right thing by saying that if you want to get married, we need to know your genotype. Why? And that they're doing it through the traditional leaders and state chairmen and so, who are very powerful, who are very revered in the north. So kudos to the state governor and Jigawa State. We have to start from somewhere.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Abdul.
You're doing a good job from starting.
Thank you so much, Abdul. So what I also see here as we're wrapping up, ladies, people want us to wrap us up. What I also see here is, you know, when we hear, I'm in love, we always lie to ourselves in a way that there are certain things you will see from the beginning that you will not fall in love from the beginning. If you had that conversation on the first date, there won't be any room for love to grow. So as we're meeting for that first lunch in that eatery, where you're buying me meat pie and
I shared it now. My husband is AS.
You are
it
dropping,
was the first few questions he asked me.
What's your genotype?
Let's take
as
it out
part of the questions,
scenario.
we're asking ourselves, getting to know ourselves. What's your genotype? What's your genotype? From that first date, we know whether we should see on the second date or not. So we don't have issues of, I am so in love, I cannot let this person go. So that is why advocacy is very important. The government needs to do more advocacy. People need to keep talking about this so that you know from the beginning that this is a no-no.
I totally agree because, you know, I come from a home where my grandmother was AS, my grandfather AS. So I have uncle and aunties that were sickle cell and we lost them, right? And so I am AS. And since I was a child, my mom, my dad, they're very particular, like, oh, you know, you can't marry someone that is AS, or when you meet somebody, that's the first thing. So it's at the back of my head that when I go on a date or if I meet somebody, the first question I'm going to ask you
what's your genotype?
Is what's your genotype? Because it's important to me to know if I want to take the conversation further. It's just somewhere in my mind. But then with this day and age and with things, that doesn't really matter anymore because things have gone beyond that. That is for me. But then, that's what I said, that's for me. But then, like I said, it's important to create policies that protect, but you need to also educate people about what it is you want to protect. Because if I don't understand that the policy is meant to protect me, I'm going to fight the policy because I don't know. I just feel like that you're trying to prevent me from doing just doing the bare minimum, which is finding love and protecting my health.
That's also why if you don't explain, like you're rightly saying now, many people will take advantage of the situation where I go to the hospital and then they can falsify the genotype.
Exactly, because nobody understands.
So, and I'll take it just, Shebi, they say we should present genotype. This is what I'm presenting. But if you are aware, you will not go to a hospital where they will falsify it for you because you need to know your status and the status of the person you're getting married to for your future.
Nakolabo.
Thank you, Nakolabo, honestly. Thank Thank you so much for your contributions. That's all we can take on this topic. We wish the Jigawa State government success in this their policy, and we hope that it is well implemented. It is well thought out and well implemented. And when we come back, we'll move on to another story for today. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Get ready to step into the heartbeat of your city like never before. Welcome to Events Diary, where every moment is a celebration. From the electric energy of Owambe extravaganza, to the richness of our culture, to the sophistication of corporate gatherings, Events Diary is your VIP pass to the hottest gatherings in Nigeria. And guess what? I'll be your guide, your style icon. Each week, join me as I transform from traditional chic to corporate sleek. Whether it's a birthday bash or a high-profile gala, you won't just see it, you'll feel like you're right there with me. Aww. From meetings to evening soirees, I'll be there. Or to the trendiest street festivals or to music concerts, Events Diary has something for everyone. So join me as we explore the vibrant tapestry of Nigerian scene, one event at a time.
Brand new studio, brand new set, a new face, but still your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
It's a fresh new energy, new vibe. You smell that?
Now that's the smell of tasty, tantalizing food from our various chefs.
And when it comes to sports updates with insightful analysis, the place you want to be is Wake Up Nigeria.
That's right. Every second there's a fresh occurrence, and every minute there's a story to tell. Keep abreast of happening locally and internationally via the news updates of Wake Up Nigeria.
It's live camera fashion, where we strut, slay, and sashay, and keep you updated with all the latest fashion trends.
Level up your morning.
Watch Wake Up Nigeria, where every morning begins with a spark.
It's downright time to speak.
Thanks for staying with us. So, Obafemi Awolowo University in Ile-Ife, Osun State, has introduced the new dress code policy for students, outlining specific guidelines and penalties for non-compliance. The university's management has identified various forms of unacceptable dressing among students, particularly among Gen Z, and has established a range of punishments, including expulsion, for those who violate the code. This move aims to promote a more professional and respectful environment on campus. Netizens have been raising concerns about individuality and self-expression, as some students may feel that the dress code restricts their freedom to choose what they wear. Others are arguing that the policy is too strict or unfairly targeted towards certain groups. Additionally, some have questioned whether it's necessary measure to maintain a conducive learning environment. Now, the severity of the punishment, including expulsion, is being seriously debated. What are your thoughts on it? You can join the conversation on 09024163440. Tweet us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. This took me back to Delta State University.
Yes.
That year. There was a year that the chaplain was just going around and catching people for expulsion. catching people for expulsion. Hey! I now wore my mpempe. And Jean, I was just walking into campus. Somebody just grabbed me. Hey, I denied my studentship. I'm a visitor, so I'm not here. Because people were going home just for dressing. And it wasn't like I was so exposed. Just you will see a little of my flat tummy at the time and all of that. I'm not a member. I came from Unibeno. I just came to visit. That was how, as I went
Flesh and blood did not reveal that light to you.
Shirts. Till I left the university, I was on shirts. But when I saw this, right, I have mixed feelings about it because of some of the things we've seen and some of the things that are happening right now. But I'll come to the ladies and then I can add my thoughts. Who's ready to go?
Okay, so this is so funny. Like for me, right, decent dressing is decent dressing. There should be a certain way you dress when you're going for a meeting. There should be a certain way you dress when you're going to work. There should be a certain way you dress when you're going to class. When you're attending lectures or you're going to school, you should wear formal dressing. That it's a given. As in, you shouldn't think twice about it, right? Then in the nights, even though you're a student, you want to go to the club like on Friday and go and wala some yegu. You can wear your benuku and your showing tummy and everything is all right. I remember, but then you also need to agree that what people tend to be decent might differ because of upbringing, is relative and our environment, right? I remember that growing up, I know what is decent, right? I was taught what is decent. And I was going to campus one of those days, and I wore this it wasn't a short skirt, because I know not to wear short skirt to school. It was by my knee, but then it's this lycra. I was just stretching and holding my body. My whole shape was just showing.
And you were feeling yourself.
I looked myself for me. I said, today is the day. As I stepped out, my mother from nowhere, I don't know, she went to work. I don't know how she managed to come back, whether she forgot something. And my mom said, where are you going to? I said, I'm going to school. She said, no, you're not going to school. I said, I don't understand, I'm going to school, because I'm a very stubborn girl. I said, I'm going to school. She said, no, you cannot be going to school. You can't wear this out. I said, what do you mean? And see that skirt green. If I see that skirt again, I'll buy it. That skirt there, just like my favorite. She said, you're not going anywhere. Do you know? I said, I'm going. As I walk out, she dragged it back. I said, you're not going. Do you know my mom tore that skirt on my body?
I love your mom. Your mom and my mom, they are kindred spirits.
Yes, they belong to the same WhatsApp. Only time. My mom tore that. No, that's the only time. No, I'll still come again. No, but in school, that's the first and only time my mom tore clothes on my body. Then the next time my mother looked for my trouble when it comes to dressing was her 70th birthday, which was just some few years ago, 4 years ago. I wore like I was wearing a trouser, but you know, this is a leather trouser, but it's brown, so it's like your skin color.
It doesn't look like it looks like you're naked.
It looks like you're naked. So I was running around for my mom's party. I was doing everything, carried everything on my head. So I came back. I was trying to do something, put something in the fridge, and then she said, hey, are you naked? So I said, what do you mean by my naked? How can I be naked? She said, well, you're naked now. I said, can I be naked? I'm wearing this trousers. She said, no. My mother brought down the house.
So you went to change?
I said, are you kidding me?
Yes. As an adult?
As an adult. We quarreled, though. She had to come and beg me, because I said, look at me stressing that and everything. She said, but the thing looks like you're naked now. It's holding it's showing your whole body. I said, mommy, see,
I'm not a baby.
But so I understand that it's good, but then yes, when you're going to attending class, you should dress formally. You should dress. See, your tummy should not show. You should not wear short clothes. Your cleavage should not show. Decent dressing is key.
Yeah. So after I hear your thoughts, I will now read out some of the things so that we know exactly the gravity of what you're saying. So go ahead.
So this is your story. I just remember when I was in university as well. So just like you said, what decent dressing means, it's different for everybody. Yeah. So me coming from a Muslim home, a Hausa person, you know, we went to university. Of course, my dad bought wrappers. These wrappers that you tie now, you tie your hair, cover, and put your veil, you know. So when we got to school, we now started seeing all the people that came from Lagos, Lagosians, the Port Harcourt people. If you see their dressing, you know, they'll be looking jeans, posh tops, and everything. How about anytime my dad buys wrapper for me, I'll carry that wrapper back to the market, 4,000. I'll now give those Lagos people, please. Just only trouser is in the north is indecent dressing, like jeans, trousers, and just you know, just wear a top. as long as it's showing your back and everything, is indecent. So what I did was, I'll buy those because I really wanted to wear those kind of, you know, if you see the way this do, I'm like, I admire this. I really want to wear something like that. So what I now did was, I'll buy those kind of clothes. I'll give them the money. They will buy it. When they come, I'll now use that our black abaya and cover. Anytime I'm going home, I'll wear it, then cover it up. You understand? So that was how we're covering ourselves up. But when we get to school, a certain place, we open it. You understand? So I understand this Gen Z because presently in the house with the girls, we are struggling with dressing. No, you can't wear this, you can't wear that, and all of that. So I like the fact that the school, they are coming out and saying this is because it's a huge distraction. Do you see what girls wear now? You can imagine there was one video that was circulating on the internet, just restaurants. Did you see what the girl wore to a restaurant? The restaurant people said, no, you can't even come inside and come and eat. You can't even, they sent her away. Somebody that just coming to spend just maybe max 30 minutes, eat and go. They refused. They stopped the lady and they said she should go. So you can imagine somebody dressing like that in school. And once you have those kind of dress, I've noticed that those people that wear all those kind of small, they expose themselves. All their clothes is all about, if it exposes this side today, tomorrow they wear the one that will expose this side. Next tomorrow they open the one. They have all those skimpy wears. They are specialized. That's what they see. That's what they see and that's what they like, you understand?
More material, more money.
I'm telling you. And so, so I like the fact that, decent dressing.
Like it with wisdom, when you hear everything now.
Because let me tell you, like my religion, it says, men are moved by what they see. And if something happens now, like all these, God forbid, all these rape cases and everything, this is how it starts.
Men still go abroad. The same men that are moved by what they see in Nigeria go abroad. Let them be moved there. Now, what stops them when you see people with bikini?
Yeah, but let's see it somewhere. They are polygamous in nature.
Hey. Oh, God, stop repeating that. We need to ban that thing on this table. We must never hear anybody.
We'll never hear you.
Nobody on this table should say that men are polygamous by nature. We disagree and so we will not reiterate that narrative. Yes. Okay, so here's my opinion on regulating dressing in a school. I strongly believe that there are appropriate dressing for different places. And like I said earlier, it is the responsibility of the leadership of every environment, because they are the ones responsible for you. They are also responsible for your irresponsibility and the consequences of your irresponsibility. Sure. So they must put structures in place to ensure that the consequences will not hurt them. You must learn to obey. While another thing, I love this quote by Kole Shorinyo. He said, the height of absolute freedom is insanity. I am free. I want to do anything I want to do. Yeah. I naked myself here. All of them are going to look at me and say, she's so free. No. You dey crazy? That's the question. Because like, why you go naked yourself? You obviously must be crazy. It's a national television. It's not freedom anymore. It's insanity. So we need to curb this idea of thinking, let people be free. Let people be free at what age? To the detriment of what? Because the school is responsibility not just to mold you academically, but to also mold you emotionally, to present a whole-rounded human being that will add value to the society. That when you say, I am a graduate of the prestigious University of Ife, Obafemi Awolowo University, they know that morally you are good, intellectually you are sound. They know that even when it comes to what is the nuances, emotional intelligence tells you, if I'm in a club, I will dress in a way. When I'm going to class, I dress in a way. So those things, they must breed it into you through discipline over time. So I am of the opinion that it is important they put structures in place. How severe that structure might be will depend. We cannot debate it, but there must be structure permitting what is good in a school and what is not right in a school. We were in China. It was hot. The heat wave and I died. See everybody wearing face cap, covering face, wearing mask, wearing everything. And everything they were wearing were very light because they also want to cover without feeling hot. So the dresses are breathable. That was what everybody was wearing. In the class, they say we should dress formal. BC and I reached there as Nigerian babes. We carry suits and belly suits. When we reach class, now only us carry suits come class. Every other person dressed formal, they wore shirts and trousers. They were dressed formal. Their own sense of formal was different from our own sense of formal. But we're all decent. So it's important to read the nuances of the room as well. Now, in the stuff, sorry, just this final one before you now break down. In the stuff, they wrote about men weaving their hair. Now, I feel that children in university have no business weaving hair.
They are not
as
children,
men. Because it is a huge, even for ladies.
They are not children.
Even for girls, I feel like, you see this spin that with this our hair, it's part of our beauty, but it can be a distraction. Because when you focus, if everything is, the men now are spending as much time in the salon on their hair.
I disagree.
I disagree.
From the days of our Mochi father,
has scattered the table.
I don't say they should not weave their hair.
I've always woven their hair. Men wore earrings. Men wore it's African culture. Yes. Even when Oyibo people design high heels, it was men that started wearing heel shoes. So let's not even act like, let's leave that one first. I'm coming to that.
Yes.
So let's look through, what they have written in their statement. Said, in the view of contemporary trend of events in the university, any student found guilty of violation of the following dress codes in the university risk rustication for 1 semester. Misconduct sanction. It says sexually provocative dresses, rustication for 1 semester. Backless clothes, rustication for 1 semester. Let me just mention the things. Transparent wears, off-shoulder clothes, bomb shorts, tattered jeans, dreadlocks, fairing for male. I don't know what that means. Then cowries for female. Micro mini skimp dress, sagging for male. Hair braiding for male, nose, mouth, eye, extra rings, unconventional wearing of face cap, tattoo, crop jump tops, multicolored braids for female, haircuts with inscriptions, t-shirts with obscene inscription depicting immorality, hooliganism, etc., heavy makeups, rumpled and dirty clothes. I bet for that university they get light.
I bet they too do.
Hair plaiting or weaving by male students.
I never see anyone I disagree with.
Okay, then colored hairstyles, rustication, spangled hair, I don't know what that means. Unwelcome touching, kissing and hugging of opposite sex.
In public.
Massaging or sitting on the lap of opposite sex.
I love
hey,
this school.
come on.
No, I love this school.
So my opinion is this, right? I believe in decent dressing, right? Even me. The time I was wearing all of those skimpy dresses was because, I mentioned it earlier, they were cheaper. I had a sister in Unilag, so when I come to Teju Osho, come to visit, she'll take me to Teju Osho market to buy those tops, and I can, with small money, I can buy a lot of them, right? Then have a few jeans that I top them with. They were cheaper. When I upgraded to wearing shirts, the amount I used to buy 4 tops is what I used to buy 1 shirt in the university. So it was more expensive. But I understood why I needed to change, my dressing. Aside from the fact that they held me one time, it was because I was not getting to that level where lecturers were not beginning to notice me. Because initially they didn't know who I was. I would sit in front. I was very tiny, nothing to see. So I would sit in front. They didn't know it was me. But they knew that name, BC, in pole science. Who is this BC? We're 2 BCs. One was in education, one was in pole science. There's this BC that once the results come on the board, everybody's looking at BC's result. Who is this BC? Who is this BC? So they knew that, but they didn't know me. Then from 300 level, I started gaining a little bit of weight.
The beauty
now started coming out. Then they now started seeing me. Have you been in this class? Sir, you taught me 100 level. So I knew I had to start wearing shirts to appear a certain way, right? Yeah. So I agree with, dressing decently for school. I have issues. I have younger kids at home. Every day we're dressing. You cannot sag in my house. You cannot sag in my house. The other day, the father threatened, we flog you these belts if you don't raise this trouser up your waist.
Of course.
I have the young one that wants to wear short. Hey, because it's on your legs are too far, you cannot expose it. When we go on vacation, I'm there with you. We can wear, me, your mommy said we wear and open because, but when we come here and we are going out, you have to dress a certain way. So I understand how it can be. But let's also not forget that these students are adults. They are able to make some adult decisions. When you now say someone, for instance, my daughter has a natural locks, natural hair that is locked since the time she was 8 years old. Now, for her to get into this university now, you are telling me that she has to cut those locks because she has to get into that school. I think it's a bit extreme. 2, the punishment, rusticating you from school.
Tarnishes your documents.
I think it's extreme. For young, they are adults now. At least in our universities, you have to be up to 18. You can vote at 18, can't you? If you can vote at 18, you should be able to make some decisions. So if we have, we do formal dressing here, and, let's not also forget we have people in creative departments. creative departments. We have the theater, performing arts, and all of that. Are they also supposed to be in this? You have to be formal all the time. They need room for expression because of their courses. So I think that we always rush to do all of these things and make it like a glorified secondary school. We can calm down and say formal dressing, but you pierce your nose and all of that. If I come from a culture where I pierce my nose, am I supposed to take it off because I'm coming to school? I don't know if people will get me. I think it's just too extreme. Let's calm down, look at it, and see what can we remove from this list. Also understanding that times are changing. The world is global right now. So somebody...
Okay, you're not spending all your life inside the school.
Let me say something.
Let's take a short break, honey. When we come back, I'll come to you, Ramatu. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right.
Imagine a country with over 300 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo? Where we get a common language, where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self, and every person where they for street. That's why we introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban Pidgin radio station where they unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show, Waiting Day, with your brother, your friend, Wale Po.
Everywhere. So, Bobo.
It a job for this.
This is not Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Oh.
Now we be what's up, Naija crew. Now we they give you what they sup for inside we country.
Yes, so
keep it loud.
If God be your papa, why you not gonna make younger?
About to a holla.
Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, you right here. Nobody better than we, right?
I can always whispers be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Breaking news isn't just about speed, but more importantly, about fact and accuracy. It is responsible journalism, being ahead, unbiased, sensitive, in telling the stories that people would want to hear in a way that protects their sanity and for the public good. And it goes beyond breaking the news to actually following up, exploring all the angles, engaging newsmakers, tracking impact, all geared towards informing, educating, and setting agenda for the people. Breaking news is holistic, entire, complete. It's about you, me, and the world we live in. Breaking news is at the core of what we do at TVC News, and it's the honor of my life to serve you this news, fresh off the press.
TVC News, first with breaking news.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crimes of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless.
I'm
Adedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
I'm Nifemi Oguntoye, news anchor with TVC News. My day is usually busy and it's difficult keeping up with breaking news stories, trending stories, business news, stock exchange and what have you. But with TVC News on WhatsApp, I'm able to catch up with all the breaking news, real-time updates and trending stories on the go, right
Welcome back. We're still having this heated conversation.
Okay, so BC, what you said that the judgment is harsh.
Yeah.
But I don't think the judgment is harsh because you see these our Gen Z people, they are very, very stubborn to a large extent because this, you know, this new parenting skill of sitting down and talking. Sometimes you talk and talk and talk, they will not listen. It's a different thing they will do entirely, exactly. So I think that law is okay so that everybody, they know that is harsh, they will leave the school and all, and they will make sure that they will make sure that they dress very. You know, the funny thing is that we copy the West a lot, and we are not copying well. You know, when we copy anyhow. I've seen pictures of some people go to the beach, they wear suits. You go to the beach, you are wearing suits. Is that the kind of dressing you know you're supposed to have when you are at the beach? So now the normal dressing that you're supposed to do at the beach, you now bring it to school.
Cover your body
and then
in the beach.
Everywhere is exposed. No, I remember one time when we were little, when this sagging trousers started coming, my younger brother, you know, we were praying. My grandmother doesn't go out, so she doesn't know the trendy stuff. So, you know, when you pray, the women are at the back, men, the middle, then the... So my dad was leading the prayer, and then my brothers were... So he came with his trouser, of course. The trouser wanted to fall down. My grandmother, Salaam alaikum, hey, your trouser, he wants to fall down. Yeah, Abu Yaki, you want to you know, she carried it up. My brother was very annoyed. He was like, Grandma, this is the latest design. He said, no, carry it up. It's prayer time and all. Since that day, she spoke to my dad, and my dad was like, don't ever wear that kind of trouser. Like, your trouser must be well, your waist, you know, and everything. And if you notice the way they dress this trouser, it makes them even look shorter. My son now, he wears socks, white socks, inside shoe, inside the house. Then he wear the trouser, he sag it when he sees slides. Me. Yeah, inside slides. Then, you know, then there's a way now he walks. Now he wears, I said his head warmer. He keeps correcting me.
Durag.
He will give me the name of the head warmer. He will put it like this, and then every small he'll be walking.
Like
I say, I gave birth to you, Norma, complete. Which one is this one that you are walking? You are tilt. God, I did it. Normal. I came out from the hospital. Nothing. He's just he's 13. I brought you from the hospital. Normal, everything. Which one is your side now? Why is this leg going like this? What is all this? So you keep talking and talking and talking, and this is it. Yes, so I agree with the law and everything. And then about the hair making for guys, for men, yes, for men. I don't see anything wrong with that, but the thing is that let's be able to differentiate between the man and the woman now. Do you understand? Because now, if you see the hairstyle that they do now, they will do the one that you see some men.
You will know they are men.
They look so beautiful, you know. They no beards, they have the hair, and then you know when they come and approach you, you start looking. You can't differentiate. There are so many of them on the internet. Yes, you see, you'll be looking for maybe you see, you don't see anything. You won't see anything. You'll be wondering, this one a man, what's going on there? Confused. You understand? So this hair something, that one, but then you see some. You know, they will look very nice and everything. All those ones that look very nice with their beards and then when they come, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Small players and all. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So when people go to the university, it's around the age of rebellion. It's like deep into the age of I'm an adult. Like I can do. I have freedom. University is like one of the times where you are completely off from your parents over a long period of time. So people try to do all the things they cannot do before. And the school rules are locked within the school environment. If you want to be naked, go outside the school compound and naked in your naked. The school is not going to hold you responsible for what you do outside the school premises. What they are saying is within the school premises, don't lock lips with somebody. Don't be on the street and you're now necking and romancing one another and causing us be sitting on each other. Like, these things are not allowed within our school environment.
How do we see our husbands?
You can date decently, relationship decently within the school environment. If you want to now do other things extra, go outside and do it. If you want to weave your hair, go outside and do it. If you want to color your hair, go outside and do it. Anything you want to do within this school, being able to, adults is about discipline. So if you don't learn how to discipline and like I have opportunity to be free, but I am disciplining myself, they are teaching you something that you will need as an adult when you get outside into the real world, because it's still it's a controlled environment where they are conducting an experiment on how to be an adult in an appropriate way. And so you must subject yourself to that experiment, because when you get outside, you will meet things. So we are in a new world. You can color your hair. Just wait 4 years. It's just wait. Wait the 4 or 5 years you use to finish university. Then go outside. Immediately you graduate like this, collect your pali, color the hair. The moment, just do anything you want to do, but be able to discipline yourself that within this period I'll conform with the rules within that school. And I feel that any society that really loves you, it is those that love you that will discipline you. It is those that love you that will correct you. When they put strict environments in place, it is because they want you to develop. Every developed society we are seeing right now, they don't do anyhow. If they go and you want to be free, go to some countries, go to Saudi Arabia now and say, I am so free, I'm going to do. Those societies have created this rule. If you don't like it, don't take your children to those schools. There are many other universities that are more free. So find the one that is free. Some universities that right now, they are glorified secondary school, and people are complaining. Must you take your children to that particular university? Find the one that aligns with who you are and put your child there.
Okay, yes. So first off, we need to understand that the kids are supposed to go to school, to university when they are 18, right? 18 plus. And let's not take away the fact that kids have to also express themselves. They have to grow.
The age of expression.
They have to experience certain things for themselves. They're allowed to make mistakes, so they learn from them. You can't take away life experience from them.
Thank you.
No matter how much you love a human being and shelter a child, you're also doing them a disservice.
Thank you.
By not letting them also experience certain things within certain boundaries. And it's at that time of the you don't want your child to finish university where they're supposed to start working and everything, and then they're starting to color their hair.
Thank you.
To now find themselves. The university gives the children the opportunity to experience, to find themselves, to know what they want to do, no boundaries, make mistakes within that childlike environment. So regardless of the fact that we want everything to be perfect, life is not perfect. Every day as adults, we keep making bad choices and we keep learning and we keep, we keep trying to get it right.
That's the fun of life, Amaka.
And that's life. If I did not wear that outfit and my mom did not tear it off my body, I wouldn't have that experience. I wouldn't learn. I wouldn't laugh about it now.
That's a space now. No, like other schools will allow you.
No, but there are some schools that are glorified. No, but what I'm trying to say is that it's okay to protect children and make policies that protect those children, both at home but it's also important that even as parents to give, what you're doing, you've corrected that child, but you need to give that child small space to be able to, for you to even know that whether that's the way they teach that child, whether they enter. You cannot live your life and live the life of your child.
It's not possible.
That is wickedness.
I love
so regardless of anything that happens, and we appreciate the protection, please let children be children.
Yes,
let them grow.
I agree with you. In fact, you took it from my heart. That was why I wanted to start from that. There's an age where people are beginning to find themselves. Many of us got into the university and realized, okay, I'm talented in this. I'm this in that. I'm that. We found it in the university space because there was an enabling environment for us to flourish. I see many people go to certain schools where they treat them like a glorified secondary school. And then they come out of that university, and what they should have done at a certain age is what they are now trying to explore at an agbalagba age, where you are not coming back to say, no, I'm not going to color my hair anymore. That's when they want to start coloring their hair. You hear people of their 30s.
Anytime you wake up in your morning.
No. That's waking up wrong. Because you should have woken up when you were supposed to wake up. I understand why you said what you said. But the thing about the matter is, I feel like the school is diverting attention from the crux of the university education. We understand that, first of all, they are there for academics and also for character building. So there's a way you do these things. Me, rustication is a no-no for me for dressing. If you catch them, those ones that flout some of those, yes, wear them uniform. Let them sweep, let them clean, let them, those are some of the things, and then everybody goes back to class. Because they're adults. If you can trust them that their votes can count at that age, if you can trust them that at that age they can take alcohol, they can smoke, they can do whatever, we can trust them that they can choose what they want to wear at that age. There are certain professions that are very strict because of the nature of professions.
when you were in school, the law students,
all of us are not lawyers now. The law students, the law students, we already know that they are coming in there. They have a code of dressing. Nobody argues with that. The medical students, we already know that most of the time they are in their lab coats. The political science student, nobody gave me what to wear. Nothing. The fine art student, nobody gave me what to wear.
Even for fine art, you need to be more free.
Exactly. So, but let's take this caller. Good morning, Fadikemi. Are you there? Oluwakemi, are you there? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You are live.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
across the world.
I'm Kemi, and I just want to chip in some points into what you ladies are doing. And just like what BC said, I wouldn't agree with BC at all.
Okay, ma.
You know, she was saying that children, they should be left alone to do what they need to do. But honestly, sometimes where there is no law, where there is no rule to govern, there's a problem somewhere. When we are telling our kids that we send to school, to university to read, and they keep coming back to school in skimpy, how do they read very well? Look at the trend of those that comes out with first class. You can see their hair not made. They look good because they have the time to read, to put things together. But when you look at those coming out with pass, with third class, with all these, you see they practice, they do all this, they want to live the life.
But they are the
they want to live.
of the world.
And like what Tokpe said, I really agree with Tokpe. We need to back them. We need to let them know that this is school. This is where you need to read, not where to pass it. This is not where you need to get nice and get your freedom all over the place.
Thank you.
Holidays, you do freedom.
She's a lawyer. There was a time she came to Nigeria and she was like, we made a dress for her and it was a tiny, one long V-neck. She had to cover it up.
Yeah. Oh, are you still there? Oh, I think she's gone. Yes, so yeah, we're taking a short break now, but I have a lot of things to disagree. Life is not always black and white. The people who come out with the first class work for those who come out with the third class. We know that. Living examples everywhere in the world. So it's not about that. But let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Barkamu da warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of Your View are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
The TVC News at 7 and the TVC News at 10 are not like any other news broadcast.
It's the big news hour, the hour for the big breaking stories.
We've got some of the best reporters on the field.
Taking you through as it happens.
It's fast-paced, heartbeat.
With investigations that matter.
Bringing in news that affects your life.
With sport, entertainment, and business, so you don't miss a thing.
Experience resourceful coverage was that.
Everything.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting, as the arts are meant to be.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government that will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crimes of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amadedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Anything at all just to make you happy, give you joy, make you laugh, make you dance. Entertainment is a way of life for everyone.
Welcome back. We're still having this conversation.
Okay, yes. So in response to the caller, right? I remember, God bless my dad, because when I was going to uni, and my dad did the same for all my siblings, like my father started and he'll tell you, I'm not telling you to go get a first class. I want you to be a rounded child. I don't want you to be when you go to school, don't be the triangular child. Don't move from maybe where you live to classroom, from classroom
and back
to church and back. Yeah, I want you to be a rounded child. On Fridays, throughout my uni days, even now as an adult, on Fridays, my father will call me then in uni. How are you, high school, everything? What's your weekend plans? What's the plan for the weekend?
Okay.
Are you going out? Okay. Where are you going to? Okay. Do you need money for drinks?
Did that affect your grades?
It made me a rounded child, and I have a balanced social life.
Thank you.
Like, it's important. It didn't affect my grades.
Thank you.
Amongst my peers, I'm seen as my grades are super amazing.
Thank you.
My siblings are star kids. They're ace kids straight throughout, right? So, my dear, let me tell you something. It's important for a child. So it's not about first
class, second class.
It has nothing to do with anything. You want you to have a child that is well-rounded.
Yes,
I
agree with you.
And lastly, for expulsion, I think expulsion is extreme.
Very extreme.
Yes, I think there are other ways that you can discipline a child within the school environment for them to learn, not expel the child.
Expelling them because they decided to wear skimpy, please. That's extreme. While I was in school as well, I was into beauty pageantry. I was traveling from state to state for beauty pageant. I started with the one in the school and all of that. It did not affect my grades. There were people that were sitting there in that school that their grades could not come close to me. As I'm traveling, I know, because I already know, see, raise your children to know why they are where they are, to know what they are there for, to know what they are getting out of it. Once you can do that conveniently, see, you have successfully raised your children. Once they have choices between them, they can choose the right one from the wrong one, you have you have done your work as a parent. So when we are sitting there expecting, okay, I failed somehow in my parenting, let the lecturers now continue the parenting for me, parenting adults, you have failed in your responsibility. If your child cannot see left and right and decides to choose, okay, there's a reason I'm here, there's a reason my mother is suffering to send me to school, there's a reason I must focus, and then you're putting the responsibility on somebody else. They have to make this rule, that rule, this rule, that rule, you know, for your child to be able to thrive. That is wrong on that hand. So it's not about your ability to have first class that makes you successful in life.
If you can.
If you can, have it.
Yes.
If you cannot have it,
don't kill yourself.
Can still succeed.
So I think that we all agree expulsion seems to be very harsh. For things about for someone dressing inappropriate, or not even say inappropriate, for someone dressing in a way that contravenes the school rules, that's expulsion or suspension for a semester or 1 year seem very strong. I think what would be stronger is the show of shame. There's something they do in my kids' school, primary school. If you bully or you are sent to, if you behave in a naughty bully manner, you wear the brown jacket. Now, anybody that sees you wearing brown jacket, from parents to teacher to cleaner, they know that you've done something really bad. Like I've done something really, really bad to get the brown jacket. So I feel that the university can create something like that. Say, you show cleavage, we shall give you brown jacket. But then you wear brown jacket for 1 semester, if you don't feel wear another clothes. So you are still in school. They don't lose out on academic year just because of what they've done. Don't tarnish a child's life for a small error. So the child's error can be corrected without long-term detriment to the person's life. If you catch them, even if somebody, that's why I don't like when they say, if you get pregnant, you'll be expelled. I feel like someone is already pregnant. They've already made a mistake that is costing them a lot. If you now take out 1 year from their life or expel them, you are now making them pay long-term consequence for a short-term mistake. Let them carry their mistake and carry it with them through school without losing on all sides. So for me, expulsion is wrong. I would love the University of the Obafemi Awolowo University to look into that expulsion and create other forms of deterrent that would still carry the weight of correction without having long-term adverse effects on these children. Number two, I mentioned one of the reasons why I support the don't use colored hair or dreadlock and all of that is because we have profiling. There is a look. And we must not say that. We can say don't judge the book by the cover, but guess what? Everybody is judging the book by the cover. Before they will not look in and see how smart or intelligent you are, they must look at your look. I see you, I'll be like, police would have arrested you based on your look before they will not say, oh, he's actually a legitimate university student. People have died based on the way they look. They are looking for a criminal with dreadlock. You just walk up past looking the way, and they just group you among them. It's extremely important. There is a look of prostitutes, and there's a look of well-mannered children. Don't mix it. If you don't want to be profiled among the others, and I know we can say don't profile and don't judge, and people should not judge, but we are judgy. All of us, as we did this table, we a judge, we a look, we a judge. So also are these people being judged. So let them prepare for what society will look like, even amongst their life. Then, parents' efforts. We have all shared stories of what our parents did to us. The school will not have to do this much if all parents had done what they were meant to do. But some parents no agree do what they're supposed to do. So now, before you now use your lack of parenting to corrupt my well-groomed child, the school is standing in gap to ensure that those that are not well brought up will not also suffer the consequence of, will not influence and infiltrate the ones that are well brought up with their negative influence. So I feel that, yes, it's important that parents step up. I know how my mom was mommy of everybody. If you are fixing your hair and you do color them, my mom will come and meet you and be like, I'll give you money, go and change this hair to black. Before they now look at you and call you something else. We all need to stand in gap for one another.
Unfortunately, we have to wrap up the topic. I hear we have a guest that's going to be joining the show. I didn't know we had a guest initially, but we have a guest, so we have to go. We have heard everything.
Yes,
everybody has spoken well. The school needs to somehow go back and to the drawing board and see what they can do. The punishment is too heavy for that, and make the rule in such a way that nobody here is saying we should dress indecently in school. I will not want my child to expose her body in school, right? We're not saying we should do that, but then there are ways that we can do it so that we're not insisting on it has to be this way, it has to be that way. It's not a secondary school, neither is it a primary school. Thank you so much for your contribution, ladies. That's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, we have a celebrity guest with us. Stay with us.
Stay tuned.
Your view will be
My
right
people, I greet you plenty.
My name is Nachika Okeke.
My name na Uwi Balogun.
My name na Damilola Banire.
My name na Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen. And this na Abigail. And I dare on top of you, Pidgin. I'm going to bring you bass, boost.
I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show say now my husband be this. After that day, the man disappear again.
If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody.
When you dey find the husband, you not see sign say the guy is not, you don't vex, don't give signs.
If they look for person we will give them to you, fact as it be.
Men no they ever get fault. If baby not there for her, na the woman.
Talk no dey be person, you make person no fit talk true inside.
But for this country, we know say if we open curtain in the morning, waiting no good, no good.
Me and my sisters, hey, we go stand gidigba for inside studio to give una all the latest information.
Look, we not even take responsibility for the children. Leave the man.
And that's some warrior.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Get ready to step into the heartbeat of your city like never before. Welcome to Events Diary, where every moment is a celebration. From the electric energy of Owambe extravaganza, to the richness of our culture, to the sophistication of corporate gatherings, Events Diary is your VIP pass to the hottest gatherings in Nigeria. And guess what? I'll be your guide, your style icon. Each week, join me as I transform from traditional chic to corporate sleek. Whether it's a birthday bash or a high-profile gala, you won't just see it. You'll feel like you're right there with me. Aww. From meetings to evening soirees, I'll be there. Or to the trendiest street festivals or to music concerts, Events Diary has something for everyone. So join me as we explore the vibrant tapestry of Nigerian scene, one event at a time.
Erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Joining us this morning is a British-Nigerian filmmaker, actor, and presenter, renowned for creating impactful content that amplifies underrepresented voices. As the creator of the BBC documentary I Am Igbo, she explores themes of heritage, identity, and the Biafran's war legacy through a personal and compelling lens. Her work bridges diasporic stories with global audiences, fostering deeper connections and understanding with a unique storytelling approach. She sheds light on often overlooked narratives, and her dedication to representation has earned her recognition in the film industry. Through her work, she inspires a new generation of storytellers. Her impact extends beyond the screen, sparking meaningful conversations and reflections. Welcome with us, Elimchi Nwosu. Good morning, Elimchi. Are you there?
I am. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yes, so because of time, we would have loved to gist with you longer, but time is fast spent. We are going straight into the crux of this interview. How was it creating the compelling story I Am Igbo, and what did you get out of it?
Yeah, sure. It was a a project that I came across. It wasn't something that I thought would be as big as it has turned out to be, but it's essentially a documentary about the Igbo community across the world, and this documentary focuses on Wales in this instance, and it looks at how Igbos are able to adapt and thrive, and not just Igbos, but really Nigerians in general. But I am Igbo, and so I had to look at it through my own lens. And the documentary touches quite briefly at the start on the Nigerian Civil War and the remnants of that, and how different generations relate to that history, and how different generations as a result relate to home, our relationship to what we call home. So for example, my parents' generation, they were always so, had such a close affinity to going home, being home. They had a strong sense of patriotism. They were, pro-Biafra, but I think there was this cognitive dissonance that was at play, which was that they hadn't reckoned with, which is that, that time had passed, but there were things that they were holding on to from that, that very difficult time in Nigerian history. So really the documentary was a vehicle to unpack that, to look at that from, my lens, which is the younger generation. And then also look at how, we're building home in other places around the world and thriving as a result of that.
Okay. So for people that want to see the documentary, how can they see the documentary? Yeah, where is it showing? On what platforms?
Yeah, sure. The documentary is currently on BBC iPlayer. So it's currently showing on BBC iPlayer until July 30th. So after that, it will then be taken down and put on my YouTube video. If you follow me on chi_on_screen on Instagram, that is my Instagram handle. So CHI_on_screen, all one word. The links to the YouTube, the documentary, everything is there, and you can follow the journey. Or if you just type in Chi Wonsu, I am Igbo on YouTube, it should come up as from July 30th.
Okay. I love the importance of telling our stories, especially historical ones that would give lessons to younger generation. But how has the diasporan audience received the narrative that you have documented in this documentary?
The reception has been very positive, because there doesn't really seem to be a platform to have difficult conversations about, times in Nigerian history, like the Nigerian Civil War. That's something I don't think that's even openly spoken about or encouraged to speak in Nigeria. And so the reception was really positive. I got a lot of messages from people. I got a message, from someone in particular that was saying his dad was a teenager, similar to mine, during the Nigerian Civil War. And his dad has never, ever, ever spoken about his experiences during that time. And after watching the documentary, so he sat down, he watched I Am Igbo with his dad, and that was the first time ever that they had an open, vulnerable conversation where his dad was, reflecting on very difficult memories and the people that he had lost, the things he had lost, the way he had to start from scratch. And so I think we underestimate how much so much of us are carrying, and it's not just Igbos. A lot of people from different ethnic groups around Nigeria really suffered as a result of the war, so yeah.
Thank you so much, Elimchi Nwosu. I wish we had more time with you to go deep into your work and other things that you're probably working towards the future. But thank you for joining us today. And thank you so much, ladies, for your contributions. All the topics we've talked about. We talked about Jigawa, and their new policy for genotype testing, which we agreed that it was a good thing to do. And also we talked about the Obafemi Awolowo University as well, that we agreed that they should look into the sanctions so that it's not too heavy for the students, and students should also be allowed to have a total education and expression. Thank you so much, ladies. And for those of you who disagreed with me, it's my opinion. No,
we are all entitled to our view.
You have your view, I have my view.
Really?
That's all we can take on the show today. Do have a lovely weekend. We'll see you again tomorrow. Your view, Pidgin. Bye-bye now.